Well, right before we got on to talk some Browns tonight, Drew asked me, "What do you want me to talk about?" Because we have certainly heard a lot since Deshaun Watson went down to an Achilles injury, that the Browns lost again, a 1-6 record, losing to the Bengals at home, and now facing the maybe the best team in the AFC. Eric, are the Ravens the best team in the AFC that we're facing this Sunday?
They're the hottest team. I'd still probably take the Chiefs, but I mean, right now they're playing the best football. You saw what Lamar Jackson did on Monday night against the Buccaneers. Had his way and had him up by multiple scores. So yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for the Browns. Jameis Winston likely going to be the starting quarterback. Now, the Buccaneers quarterback was able to pass for 370 yards against this Ravens defense. However, most of it was in being down 34-10 in the second half.
Say his name, the Buccaneers quarterback. Say his name.
I forget. No, but I mean, so I in theory they could be passed upon. I mean, I would hope we're not down 24 in the third quarter, but we'll probably be down 24 in the third quarter, if not worse. I mean, what you've seen the Browns offense be doing is this dink and dunk, going underneath, getting 5-6 yards at a time. We don't really have much to lose at this point. You might as well be gunning it down the field, see what Jameis can do, at least try to get some touchdowns. I'd really like to see if we want to keep Dorian Thompson-Robinson, but his finger's not fully healthy right now, so that's going to have to wait. But in the time being, at least try to score some points. I don't expect him to win many games. Hopefully they can win some, but hopefully they can kind of show that some of these players are worth keeping next year, because what we're seeing now is looking like hardly few players are worth keeping. A lot of mistakes, a lot of pre-snap penalties, a lot of failed assignments. I'm talking about, I will say his name, Jedrick Wills at left tackle. 10 penalties for 80 yards last week as a team. I mean, you can't have that you can't have that at any level, but especially in the NFL. It's just embarrassing. The Browns defense is good enough to win football games. The offense has just been that putrid that it takes us out of games. And in order to beat a Ravens team, not only does their defense have to play as well as they've been playing, the offense has to be light years of where it's at. So almost impossible at this point. But I mean, one thing I will say is from last week's game, the Ravens are not infallible, but they are winning games. And that's really all that matters at this point. It's still a regular season. So the Browns are going to have to do something they haven't done all year, play a clean game, both in terms of turnovers and penalties, and actually move the ball down the field, not make mistakes, and, actually have solid special teams, I guess. So big uphill battle once again in Cleveland.
Drew, do we have that chance? Ravens,
No.
maybe their weakness is their
No.
defense, but
No. No.
no, Kevin
No.
Stefanski can't pull this together.
No chance of beating them. No, none, zero, absolutely none. I'm sorry, but this is one of the best teams in football right now, and they are playing the hands down most garbage team in the NFL, the team that we unfortunately have to piece together a podcast about. There is absolutely no chance. And I hope I'm putting the reverse jinx on this. I would love to take that sort of credit for it, but there is nothing you can look at this year that would lead you to anywhere other than this is going to be a Browns team that can't block anyone. This is a Browns offense that can't move the ball at all. And this is an average at best defense that struggles mightily to stop the run and that gives up big plays in the most inopportune times, whether that's via penalty or whether that's the ball thrown over their heads. Did I just about sum it up, fellas?
I think there's something that they can do. Do you just tear down the team? I don't know. Is there anyone that you keep?
I went through a super fun exercise today. Let me tell you, I looked at the whole roster and wrote down all of the players that I'm A, confident will be back next year, and B, am excited to see play in 2025. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, David Njoku, and hopefully, hopefully, Nicholas Jamal Chubb, but he is a free agent and that they would have to re-sign at age whatever he is, 28, running back coming off of a brutal knee injury. That's it, fellas. I would be happy if Grant Delpit played the way he did last year. I would be happy to welcome him back. Haven't seen that guy. Martin Emerson, he has thoroughly regressed. And there's not one person on that offensive line or receiver room or quarterback room or anything else that I can look at and say, I can't wait to see that guy play next year. It's as bad as I have ever felt about this team. And I don't come on here to make light of that, right? Like we all lived through 1-31, but we at least knew what they were doing. They were losing on purpose to get the #1 overall pick for a generational talent, which they hit on and succeeded and just had the defensive player of the year on an 11-win team, and to get your quarterback. And in theory, they did both of those things and are still the worst team in the league. One of those guys doesn't even play here anymore. I will say his name, Baker Mayfield, one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. And you look at who's in charge, you look at who's coaching this team, and the question you have to ask is, do you want that front office to be the office that picks the players? And do you want this coaching staff to be the one that has the input on the quarterback and that tries to get this team ready to play? And from what I am seeing right now, the answer to both those questions is hard no. That's too bad because I think Kevin Stefanski is a very good coach. But if this team has thoroughly quit on him, they have to change something.
A little overreaction. Joel Bitonio, Ethan Posick, Jack Conklin,
Joel Bitonio
Wyatt
is like
Teller,
40 years old.
welcome them back next year. Eric, we'll close up shop here. Kevin Stefanski, Jameis Winston, is there some hope here that Winston can recreate that Joe Flacco magic?
I'd be surprised. I'd be pleasantly surprised. I think I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think he's an improvement over what we saw from Deshaun Watson. Is that saying a whole lot? No.
Yes.
But okay, fine. We'll say yes. I would hope. I know he went off script last year with the whole, getting a guy his touchdown at the 1-yard line, but I would like to think that he would play within Stefanski's scheme a little bit, and air it out a little bit. He's going to throw interceptions. We've seen interceptions by multiple different quarterbacks, so why not? We saw interception by Joe Flacco. I don't know how I would hope the team would respond as a result, play a little better for them. But I mean, some of those mistakes it's just, wow. It's hard to come back from that. It's not just like a partial block here. It's been a whiff here. It's been not knowing what position you're in, what place you should be doing. It's a lot, but I expect the offense, hopefully, maybe not this week, but maybe next week or the week after, get eclipse that 20-point barrier that seems to elude us all year long, and maybe 20, 25, 30, and actually win a game. But I don't think we're going to be there yet this week, but I would hope at least the combination of Winston or DTR can get it done, but we're going to be going with Winston this week. So hopefully we can see something different.
This will be the week we break that 20-point ceiling on this year. The one game that comes to mind, or the year that comes to mind, Eric, you might remember the year when the Browns beat the Patriots at the height of Tom Brady's career there, Patriots come into Cleveland to lose to the Browns, surprise the entire NFL. That will happen again this weekend. Surprise of the week. Let's see if the Browns can turn it around and win one for Jameis this weekend.
Sure.